The leader of the economic freedom fighters, Julius Malema, just walked out of a courtroom and effectively told the people of South Africa that he plans to turn this country into Zimbabwe 2.0. While facing criminal charges for discharging a high-caliber firearm in a public stadium, Malema didn't just defend himself. He vowed to introduce the kind of laws that destroyed our neighbors under ZANU-PF. You're about to see the most shameless use of poor people as human shields for elite criminality. Witness a politician mimic machine gun fire while his lawyers argue it is just poetry, and hear why he believes his revolution is more important than the laws that govern the rest of us. This is going to make you laugh at the absurdity and cry for the future of our democracy at the same time. So smash that like button, subscribe right now, because what you are about to witness is absolutely insane.
Afriforum is nothing. They must pray that the EFF must never be a government in South Africa, because the day the EFF becomes a government in South Africa, we are going to lock up all Afriforum members because they are terrorists, because they are anti-South Africa. They undermine our country and its freedom and its constitution. That's why they established Orania. When the constitution says we must come together, they continue to want to stay alone in isolation of black people. We are not the ANC. We are not scared of Afriforum. Fighters, the law of this country will prevail against racism. No racism can prevail over the law. We must never ever be shaken by a court that is informed by hatred, that is informed by politics of Afriforum.
Let me show you where this playbook comes from. Let me show you the exact parallel. Robert Mugabe in Zimbabwe. When the court started ruling against him, what did he do? He said the judiciary was colonial and racist and illegitimate. Then he replaced judges with ZANU-PF loyalists. Then he used those courts to persecute opponents. Sound familiar? Because Malema just outlined steps 1 and 2. But wait. Oh, we're not done. Because now he's going to tell you why he's being persecuted. And the reason is spectacular. See for yourself.
We are attacked because we are the only black authority. We are the only black people who speak and other people listen. They do not listen to anyone except the EFF, even when they pretend not to love the EFF. But when the EFF speaks, every black person wants to hear. What did the EFF say on this matter? That's what white people are scared of. They are scared of a black authority. We are the black authority, and we speak for black people with authority, and we don't doubt ourselves when we speak for the voiceless people who are oppressed by white supremacy in South Africa.
The Messiah complex is strong here. We are the only black authority, the only one, not one of many, not an important voice, the only black authority that people listen to. My guy, there are millions of black South Africans in leadership positions. There are black political parties, black business leaders, black intellectuals, black activists, black journalists. But according to Malema, when black people want to know what to think, they only listen to Julius Malema. This is not confidence. This is delusion. And notice the racial framing. Everything is about white people are scared. White people are the enemy. White people are the oppressors. White people are persecuting him. Now, is there racism in South Africa? Absolutely. Are there legitimate grievances about land and economic inequality? 100%. But when a politician reduces every issue to race, when every criticism is dismissed as white supremacy, when every legal consequence is framed as racial persecution, that's not analysis. That's manipulation. Because here's what he's really doing. He's making it impossible to criticize him without being labeled racist. It's the perfect shield. And it's the exact shield ZANU-PF uses in Zimbabwe. Any criticism of Mugabe? You're a colonial puppet. Any criticism of ZANU-PF? You're serving white interests. Any defense of the rule of law? You're defending white supremacy. Same playbook, different country. But now comes my favorite part of this speech, the part where Malema goes full mask off, the part where he stops even pretending to care about democracy. Watch this carefully. Roll the tape.
I am not scared of prison, neither am I scared of death. When I joined the struggle, I knew three things might happen to me. They will either arrest me or they will either kill me. If they don't kill me, I will attain my freedom. We fight for the freedom. We are not scared of death. We are not scared of prison. We are scared of poverty. We are scared of unemployment. We are scared of being landless. We are scared of living without our dignity as black people. Comrades, you must be strong as leaders of the revolution. For because they will never love the revolution. They went to take Maduro from Venezuela without any due process, without the respect of the international law. If they can arrest a president of a country without following the law of the world, who are we? We are ready for them.
So just to be clear, Malema is positioning himself as a revolutionary who expects to be arrested or killed. Not because he's doing anything illegal, mind you, but because the system is oppressing him. He's borrowing the language of Mandela and Biko, genuine freedom fighters who actually faced apartheid violence, and applying it to his own court case about firearms. My brother, Mandela was imprisoned for 27 years for fighting actual apartheid. You're facing charges in a democratic South Africa with a black president, a black ruling party, and a constitution that protects your rights. These things are not the same. But here's the strategic brilliance of this framing. If he goes to jail, he becomes a martyr. If he doesn't go to jail, he's victorious. Either way, he wins the narrative. And his supporters, who genuinely face economic hardship and systemic inequality, they hear this and think he's fighting for us. But is he? Let's examine his actual proposals. See for yourself.
We will nationalize the mines. We will establish the state bank. We will make sure that the people of South Africa participate in the economy of South Africa without any hesitation. Comrades, let us make sure we bring the economy of South Africa to look like Parliament of South Africa. By how Parliament looks, you can see who are the majority. Majority are black Africans and minority are whites. That's how the economy should be. The majority of the economy must be owned by majority of South Africans, and majority of South Africans are black Africans. So we will fight this fight until we win. If we don't win this fight, we would have laid a firm foundation for future generation to come and take the spear and continue the battle for economic freedom in our lifetime. No child is going to follow cowards. When you are scared of prison, no child will join the struggle for economic freedom because they know that those who came before them, they were scared and did not do anything. Comrades, let us be in the forefront of restoring the dignity of black people so that when we die, our children come to our graves to come and salute, but go to the grave of Ramaphosa and pee on that grave and say, here lies a sellout which did not return the land of our people into the hands of the rightful owners. You must die a revolutionary. And being a revolutionary doesn't mean giving people RDP houses. There is nothing revolutionary about RDP. There is nothing revolutionary about patching a pothole. There is nothing revolutionary about creating jobs. Revolution means a complete overhaul of the system and introduce a new system that is going to benefit the majority of our people. Who are this majority? The working class of South Africa must be the one that benefits when the revolution wins at the end of the day. The revolution means we must replace white supremacy with the dignity of black people restored in South Africa, Africa, and the world. Donald Trump, whether he likes it or not, his term is coming to an end. And he's going to go to jail unless he does the quickest thing and drink poison. The world will never forgive Donald Trump for what he did by destabilizing the whole world and undermine the international law. His day is coming, and we must not be worried about a man who speaks about politics, yet he knows nothing about politics. How do you say, I don't follow international law, I follow my emotions, how I feel? What kind of politics are those? He's simply telling you his empty head. The only thing that makes people respect him is because he's white. But otherwise, ya Donald Trump, it's a stupid. When you see him, every time when he appears on TV, you must say, Nangu Satan, so that all our children know that Donald Trump is a devil that wants to destabilize the world peace, and we are for peace, we are for unity, we are for the freedom of all people of the world. We don't fight white people, we fight white supremacy. And the illiterates will not know the difference. It's up to you, the ground forces, to go door to door explaining to them that we don't hate white people. We are one thing. How can we be internationalists in outlook yet don't want white people? Internationalism is constituted by all different kinds of people, including white people. How can a Marxist organization hate white people and love Karl Marx? Because Karl Marx was white, Lenin was white. So why do you subscribe to the philosophy of the people who are white and they say you hate white people? It's not true. There is no white genocide in South Africa. There is black and white love in South Africa. Every white person who loves a fellow black brother is our brother. We will do everything in our power to defend those white people who love South Africa and who love our own people. But if you come with a tendency of Afriforum, we'll make sure that you don't enjoy the peace we enjoy. Fighters, I want to thank all of you for your discipline. I want to thank your leaders for your discipline. When you leave here, you repeat exactly what you did when you were coming here. We are coming back on the 15th and 16th of April because today we were having our own witness she took the whole day. And by the way, it was a white woman, an Afrikaner, who was invited by the EFF to come and talk about how beautiful is Julius Malema. So when you say we hate white people, Julius Malema was being described by a white Afrikaner woman in court. Ario is so sweet. Hey. But what's the problem? He's a bull. He says, he's not a bull. If he doesn't agree, he comes across as being very pushy. And you can misunderstand him. But otherwise, he's very good. Abujale makhuwa kwa sesheo ke fa batho ba o sokola ba 700 every day ka 3 o'clock ke ba fa dijo. It's more than a year now. This racist are, so why do you tell me about that? How does that have to do with anything? Because atsebi tshokolo o letse nageng ya utswiwa le papara mo fa dikgomo tša utswiwa tša utswetšwa black people. That's why we'll never understand the importance of the soup kitchen. That's what racism does. Racism, when it shows its ugly face, it never knocks a door and say, hello, I'm here, I am racist. You must listen to the connotation of the utterances of a white person to know if this white person is racist or not. Once you say, what is soup kitchen? What does that have to do with anything? You can hear that she's offended that 700 people, black people, are eating every day. If it was according to her, those 700 people should be eating from the dustbins of white people. And the EFF said, hell no, they will not eat from the dustbins of white people.